The Shadow Protocol Scene 1, A Fractured Reality. The rain poured down relentlessly as Lila Rain stood in front of the sleek, glassy surface of the Shadow Protocol's headquarters. She was out of place here, standing beneath the glow of harsh streetlights, blending with the shadows. Lila, a former government agent with the power to manipulate light, now operated in the dark corners of society away from the eyes of the world. Once, she had been a proud member of the government's elite light division, tasked with protecting the nation. But that was before the accident. That was before the day they took away her memory, erased her identity, and forced her into a mission she would never forget. She was Project Prism, a weapon created for one thing, to control the light and the shadows. But everything changed when she discovered the truth. The Shadow Protocol wasn't just a covert operation, it was a prison for enhanced humans. The government had been harvesting and manipulating heroes for decades, erasing their memories and rewriting their purpose. They controlled them like puppets. Lila had been one of them. Now she was ready to expose everything. Scene 2, The Breach. Lila slipped past security with the ease of someone who once helped design the very systems now standing in her way. The halls were eerily silent, save for the hum of fluorescent lights overhead. She paused at a control room door, her fingers glowing faintly with light. Inside, her old mentor, Director Calder, sat behind a polished desk, scanning through files on a terminal. Calder was the man who had mentored her, trained her, and manipulated her into becoming the perfect weapon. He had been the one to press the button that erased her memories, the one who told her she was no longer Lila Rain, but Project Prism, the man who had betrayed her. Lila closed her eyes, focusing, summoning the light within her. She forced the door open with a pulse of energy, sending it crashing into the walls. Calder looked up, his expression betraying no surprise. "I knew you would come back eventually. Why, Calder?" Lila's voice cracked with the weight of everything she had lost. "Why did you do it?" He didn't answer right away. Instead, he stood slowly, his hand resting on the table. "You don't remember, do you? You never knew the full story." Lila clenched her fists, her power crackling in the air around her. "Tell me," Director Calder sighed, stepping forward. "The world is chaos, Lila, real chaos. We were created to bring order, to impose control. The Shadow Protocol is not just about controlling metahumans, it's about controlling the future itself. You think the world is what it seems? It's not. Everything is an illusion, and we are the ones who maintain it." Lila's heart raced as she pieced it all together. They didn't just control metahumans, they controlled everything. The accidents, the cover-ups, the lives ruined all to maintain this illusion. "Yes," Calder nodded, his tone cold. "And it's time for the world to face the truth. People need to believe in something. Without control, there is no hope. We are the architects of that hope." Lila's chest tightened. Everything she thought she knew was a lie. All her memories, the friends she had lost, the missions she completed, they were all part of a grand design. Scene 3, A New Enemy. Suddenly, the doors slammed shut behind her. A shrill mechanical voice filled the room. "Security breach. Initiating lockdown." Lila whirled around to see a massive figure emerging from the shadows, a towering figure clad in dark, reflective armor with glowing red eyes. "Meet your new enforcer," Calder said, his lips curling into a smirk. "You remember Alex Quinn? No? Well, you should. He was once one of your own, a sidekick to the original Project Prism." The figure, Alex Quinn, stepped forward, cracking his knuckles. His face was hidden beneath the black helmet, but there was something hauntingly familiar about him. His mind had been shattered during the initial training exercises, just like hers. Now, he was a weapon with a singular purpose: to stop Lila. "Alex," Lila whispered. Her mind raced. "What happened to you?" Alex tilted his head, a faint chuckle escaping from his helmet. "What happened to me?" "You happened to me, Lila. You made me what I am." The protocol rebuilt me, erased everything, and now I'm free. Free to do what I was made to do. You're not free, Lila said, stepping back. You're still controlled. We're all controlled. Alex lunged at her, faster than she'd anticipated. She barely had time to react, summoning a blinding flash of light to throw him off balance. But he was relentless, recovering quickly, his enhanced strength a force of nature. Lila tried to keep him at bay, but Alex was relentless. Her power was light, his was brute force. With each punch, the walls around them cracked, the glass windows shattering. In that moment, Lila knew what she had to do. She could fight, she could resist, but she couldn't do it alone. The protocol had already brainwashed too many. There were others heroes hidden in the shadows who had been erased and forgotten. They needed to know the truth. Asterisk, asterisk, scene 4, the choice. Lila's eyes flashed as she focused all of her energy into one final burst. The light she unleashed flooded the room, overwhelming Alex. He staggered back, disoriented, as the light filled his helmet, blinding him temporarily. She used the moment to escape, racing through the halls of the headquarters, her mind set on one goal, to free the others. But as she sprinted through the corridors, she realized the full extent of the truth. There were more of them, more heroes, more agents of the protocol who had been turned into puppets. It wasn't just Calder who had betrayed her, it was a system built to control everything. As Lila turned a corner, she paused, breathing heavily. In the distance, she could hear the sound of approaching footsteps. They were coming. Calder's voice echoed through the comms. You can't stop it, Lila. The protocol is in motion. No one can fight it. It's too late. Lila paused, her mind swirling with questions. Was it too late? Could she really stop this? She heard the faint sound of her own heartbeat. She had one choice, one path forward. With a final look back at the darkened hallways of the Shadow Protocol, Lila knew what she had to do. The fight for the truth, for freedom, had only just begun. And no matter the cost, she would tear down the shadows for herself and for those who had been trapped in them. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe for more content. Thank you.